OpenClaw started as an open source side project, a CLI-first AI agent you ran yourself. If you knew what you were doing, it was powerful. If you didn't, well, good luck. That's changing in 2026. In a big way. The roadmap just dropped, and it's the most ambitious one yet. We are talking managed cloud hosting, native email and calendar integrations, local LLM support, first-party CRM skills, and that's just the first half of the year. Today I'm breaking down every H1 announcement, what it means, who it's for, and whether it's actually as good as it sounds. Let's get into it. First up, DenchClaw Cloud. For anyone who's been following OpenClaw, this was inevitable. The project has been self-host only since day one, and while that's great for tinkerers, it's a hard wall for everyone else. DenchClaw Cloud is a managed tier. You pay $10 to $30 a month, and OpenClaw runs on their infrastructure. No Docker setup, no environment variables, none of it. At $10, you are probably getting a single-user instance with decent resource limits. At $30, I'd expect team-friendly features, higher usage caps, maybe priority API routing. We don't have the full spec sheet yet, but the pricing tells me they're targeting the prosumer and small business market, not enterprise. Who's this for? If you've been wanting to use OpenClaw but bounced off the setup docs, this is your on-ramp. If you are already self-hosting, you might still want this for redundancy, or if you need a production-grade instance without babysitting a VPS. One concern, vendor lock-in. If OpenClaw stores your agent configs, memories, and integrations on their cloud, how easy is it to export and move? I'll be watching for that. Next up, native Gmail, Outlook, and calendar integrations. This one feels overdue, but better late than done right. Up until now, getting your email and calendar into OpenClaw meant custom scripts, IMAP hacks, or third-party bridges. Not exactly plug and play. The native integrations change that. OpenClaw will be able to read your inbox, send emails on your behalf, check and create calendar events, and search across mail and calendar. The big question is how auth works. OAuth tokens? App passwords? And what about multiple accounts? Can I connect 5 Gmail addresses? For power users, this turns OpenClaw into an actual executive assistant. Imagine a daily briefing that OpenClaw generates from your email and calendar every morning. That's suddenly very easy to build. For the privacy crowd, this is where DenchClaw Cloud gets interesting. Do you trust someone else's cloud with your inbox? If not, the self-hosted path with these same native integrations will be the better call. Feature number 3 might be my personal favorite, local LLM support via Ollama. OpenClaw will be able to plug into LLMs running on your own hardware through Ollama. No cloud, no API keys, no per token billing. This matters more than most people realize. Right now, every interaction with OpenClaw goes through an API, usually OpenAI or Anthropic. That means each query costs money, your data leaves your machine, and you are dependent on a provider's uptime. With Ollama support, you run models like Llama 3, DeepSeek, Qwen, or Mistral locally, and OpenClaw routes through them. Zero cost per query, total data privacy, works offline. The trade-off, smaller models. A 7 billion or 13 billion parameter local model isn't going to match GPT-4 4 or Claude Opus on complex reasoning. But for the kinds of tasks OpenClaw handles, file operations, simple summarization, tool orchestration, a good local model is plenty. This is the killer feature for anyone who's been hesitant to trust an AI assistant with sensitive work. Finally, in H1, first-party CRM skills. This is a 6-pack of integrations targeting the most common B2B SaaS tools: Salesforce, HubSpot, Stripe, Linear, Calendly, and Slack. Here's why this matters. OpenClaw's superpower isn't being a chatbot, it's being a tool-calling agent. These skills give it read and write access to your actual business workflows. Imagine OpenClaw. Find the latest Stripe invoice from Acme Corp and email it to me. Summarize my open linear issues tagged urgent. Create a new HubSpot deal for this contact and schedule a follow-up via Calendly. That's not a demo, that's a daily driver. The Slack integration is particularly interesting. If OpenClaw lives in your Slack workspace, it becomes a team-wide utility, not just a personal tool. Combined with the upcoming team workspaces in H2, this starts to look like a real productivity platform. Right now, these are listed as skills, which means they'll be installable from ClawHub. If they're well built with proper OAuth flows and solid error handling, this alone could justify the subscription price for a lot of people. So here's the bottom line on H1 2026. DenchClaw Cloud lowers the barrier to entry. Native integrations eliminate the DIY friction. Local LLM support gives you the privacy option. And the CRM skills turn OpenClaw from an experiment into a tool you can actually use at work. That's a strong first half. And it sets up an even bigger H2: team workspaces, agent autonomy, multi-agent swarms, and memory version 2. I'll cover all of that in an upcoming video. What feature from H1 are you most excited about? Drop it in the comments. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe. More roadmap breakdowns coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.